changes throughout, working and not working. But then I stayed home with my daughter and raised her. And then I wanted to get back out there into the working industry. So getting my kids situated to where the point that I could go back into the working industry and, making sure I could meet their needs as far as, being able to be there for them after school. Anything, challenges that you may think that you may face, they're always here to help you. As far as if it means getting your license, if it means feeding your family, so you don't have that worry of going hungry, your kids being hungry. When they came in, I grew up in this community, so I knew a lot of people, and I had also worked in banking industry in the area as well, so that was a great asset to me being able to deal with the people, and it gave me great satisfaction of doing this, for my community.
When the 6 months was done, guess what? I was out on the streets, and that main challenge with my criminal background is just, and it continues to be, but I'm learning to use it as a stepping stone, not as a stumbling block. I like to say that I'm setting an example for the next person that's coming up, which I do, when a lot of these people I either been done time with, I've been in the streets with or whatnot, so they see me and they're like, wow, how do the question, how do you do it, dude, it's got to be done, because if not, they're going to retire us in prison. And of course, I got my 14-year-old and my 5-year-old, so, they're rooting for me, they're cheering me on. And I take care of my, get my son ready, have his breakfast for him. And then that's just been my regular now for the last 3 years, I go to school, I take him with me, and I just keep it going, I think I've learned enough now, and especially, that I saw the big 5-0, 50, not the cops, I like to think, like in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, the dude said just keep the end in mind, and the end in mind is just, it was a good day, people I live by moments now, I definitely can't feed off the past, and the future is so uncertain, I don't even look that far, so if I can just make it by the moments and taking care of my kid and making sure that, they're provided for, because even I'm doing okay now. I like to think that I stayed steadfast and believing that good things were going to happen for me. And guess what? They're happening.
Well, my goals is to be an RN, so I want to be able to at least finish school and at least starting in that career field, or at least actually landed the job and actually working like what I love to do. Growing up, I wanted to be a veterinarian. I actually didn't change my career goals until actually I had my daughter, and she ended up getting diagnosed with cancer. So I actually had to be like her own home taker. So everything that I learned in the hospital with doing with her actually made me think that, okay, this is something that I actually love doing. So I'm like, if I could actually do it on my own daughter, then I could actually do it on anybody. So it kind of changed my whole aspiration and what I wanted to do in life. That I probably bring to me being a RN is actually my personality. I'm very friendly. I'm very people orientated. I'm very understandable, and also it's a personal experience that I also went through. So I actually can relate a little bit to the patients and everybody else who's also coming in. My best advice is always to follow your heart. Never to give up on yourself. We are hard on our own self more than anybody else. So if you stay strong and encourage yourself, you can do anything that you set your mind to do.
I went through a separation that left me with an 11-month-old daughter at the time, and just overnight everything just disappeared, because I now was responsible for a whole child, So work was out of the picture, and everything just started coming apart. I lived in Lawrence, had a condominium up in Lawrence, and had to let all that go. So my qualifications allowed me to get jobs that I couldn't have. Because of transportation, they were outside the city. I couldn't get there. But then I found a way to get there. It was all a matter of child care connection, or who was going to provide for my child. Then when I got that covered, the hours didn't add up for me to get to work. So it was always a balance act. Wake up every day and just keep at it every day. And I know it's easier said than done, but everything you do in life is a job regardless. Everything you do in life has to have a purpose and a reason. So it might look ugly right now, but you might be right where you're supposed to be at, and other doors might be opening soon for you. I'm a food coordinator. I deal with hunger prevention. I deal with the community, with farms, which is beautiful. I get to see all parts of life out there. I get to meet so many interesting people. I go to a lot of schools, meet the most awesome people, which be in 4th and 5th grade. They're awesome, the biggest helpers out there. So I get to see people give from their heart, which is a beautiful thing. Because we're a small team, but we're a mighty team, so we're good.